Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning. It's me, Stephanie Nietzsche. Feeling a little under the weather, so this morning switching out my coffee for turmeric and lemon. I've been drinking a ton of coffee anyway, and it's really, not good for you if you're drinking like 10 cups a day, especially if you're putting milk in it. Luckily, I don't put any sugar in it. I never thought I'd be able to drink coffee without sugar, and now I have to start drinking coffee without milk because it's just way too much milk, and I hear so many bad things, antibiotics in the milk, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so let's move on to what I wanted to talk about this morning. Wow, it's super bright, right? So what I wanted to talk about this morning was a big question that writers are asked is, where did you get the idea for your story? It's one of the biggest questions. So it's funny because an idea can strike you as soon as you open your front door, step foot into another room of your home, go into the supermarket, get into your car, have a phone conversation with a friend or a relative. Those, I don't think, are the hardest parts. I think the hardest parts are getting the complete story together. And a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough of a chance as we start to type that story to let the story come together. And what I like to say is how the characters magically just begin to tell the story for you. That is something that I find true. So far, I have to say 100% of the time of the stories that I've written 3 books and 3 short stories, and I'm constantly working on stories. And if I could just get to that part where it doesn't really take much thinking on my end because the characters are writing the story for me, then that's when the magic happens. Okay, so anyway, getting back to ideas for stories, I just want to talk about this one. See, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. I just want to talk about the wishing stone a little bit. And my husband and I, this is where I got the story from. Right, let me just take a sip because I'm getting hoarse. It's been a weird month. I've kind of felt a little funny all month. But we power through it and hopefully get better in the end without having to get any help in the process. But I don't know, maybe I have to go to the doctor. But anyway, so the wishing stone. My husband and I, we took a trip out east, and we stayed at a very lovely hotel, and we got to, we had an ocean view, which was great. And the rooms were separated by these fabulous sheet-like things, and they would blow in the wind, and it was just really, really nice. And the beach was basically private. I'm sure there were some people that walked in maybe off the street or were familiar with the area and wanted to hang out on that beach because it is just so quiet and peaceful. There were some weddings on that beach, and it was just really breathtaking. So while I was there, I said to myself, this is really a nice, quiet retreat for someone who needs to get away. And it was also pet friendly. So in the wishing stone, Tess brings her dog. And Tess needs to get away. So she's away. She's at this hotel. And while I was staying at the hotel, I said to myself, you know what? It's so private here that I could see how someone could be walking along the beach, another guest, and easily strike up a conversation with the guest. So, another guest or someone that worked at the hotel, or while the guest is walking their dog. And that was it. A character that wanted to get away. I had the setting, it was the beach. We love to go to the beach, and we love sunrises, we love sunsets. So I incorporated those in the story as well. And the East End is known for places to eat and the fishing and the seafood. So I had to incorporate that in the story. There's a lot of hotels in certain areas, and maid service is also incorporated in the story, which I thought was, really cool, housekeeping. And yeah, so that's it. That is where I got the idea for the Wishing Stone. It's set on Long Island, and I would love to make a film just like this one day, because we're not being taken from scene to scene and from setting to setting. Basically, everything takes place at the beach, and I mean, how great is that? Yeah. So that is it. That's my video for today, where I got my idea for the Wishing Stone. Very simple. Place I love to go, the beach, the place I stayed at. That is what drummed up all the little feelings and emotions I had. The place itself was what made me feel the way I felt and what story I wanted to tell. So, in other words, when you are somewhere, when you are doing something, when you are visually looking at something, when you're seeing something, when you're feeling something, that right there is all story material. And if you're letting it pass you by, that could be the mistake you're making. Whether it's something that really got you aggravated that day, or someplace you went and said, hey, this would really be a great place for X, Y, and Z, or to do A, B, C, or D. Build your story around that. Try it. Write down a couple of pages, a couple of sentences. You don't even have to go as far as a couple of pages. Write down a couple of sentences and see where it takes you. All right, everyone. I'm Stephanie Nietzsche. Enjoy this fabulous Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. And if you like this video, why not hit like and subscribe? Bye.